Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Happy Halloween season. It's started, it's begun. Finally, everything in my house makes sense, and everybody's going to stop by and say they love my Halloween decorations, even though that severed arm's there all the time. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. My dudes, I slept like a fucking rock.
Now,
I
I'm going to fuck you with Satan's cock.
thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving 80 swings 38 months, David.
I appreciate you. Go forth! Be consensual in all the ways, because nothing in this world is sexier than pure, sober consent. Thank you for being amazing, and good morning. I hope you're doing well.
Same age as me, 38 years, long years of subbing to the classy hole. I love you, Katie. I got that Aquaphor stuff, huge help, right? I'm telling you, David, I have a tub of it somewhere. I think it's in my bathroom. Aquaphor is the shit. I love it. I know shit. I gave out so many Aquaphor like chapsticks at Burning Man. Aquaphor is the shit, dude. I swear by that stuff. It truly helps so much. Waiting for my stepson to ask to be put out the plastic skeleton we bought him. Oh my god. So, you guys know when we were younger and you would like go to a store, whether it was Michael's or Lowe's or something, some store that had Halloween decorations, and they were in general relatively like pretty cheapy and shitty looking. They were like goofy or something. The Halloween decorations these days are off the fucking hook. It is insane. I was looking at Lowe's the other day and they had like a 6-foot Reaper that looked legitimate. Like, it looked really good. It's so, like, I remember seeing this shit when I was a kid, like, the good, high quality Halloween decorations, and just thinking, like, those have got to be for haunted houses or rich people. Like, that's the only people that will ever have anything like this in their house. Like, what the fuck? Who can afford this shit? But that Reaper was under $100. And it was legit. Like, it was a full skeleton with the Reaper, scythe and it was a full thing. It was pretty fucking dope. It's just crazy how detailed and how cool they are now. The R of the season of our people. It is the spoopy season. It is. I know. I was thinking about that and I was like, for Christmas and stuff I decorate, but for Halloween, like, I feel like I just live that lifestyle already. Like, I always have these fall leaves right here. Like, you guys, it's a meme, but it's real. This is the season we shop for home decor. We wait until the end of October and we go buy everything on sale and then we keep it up all year long because that's just a lifestyle. I just realized it was October. It's October motherfucking 1st. Wake me up when September ends. Am I right? It's the best. It's the best season. It's the best time of, god damn it. That's not what I wanted, music. Stop that. I just wanted a different list to go on. Thank you so much. Happy spooky season, cuteness. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good Monday. I don't know. I had to take my dogs to the vet yesterday. I was bummed because I had this plan. I was going to wake up early in the morning and take them out to the woods and take them to the mountains and go look at the trees, the fall trees. And remembered I set up a fucking veterinary appointment from them yesterday to get their shots. I mean, it's a good thing. It's just their, rabies and something else, pertussin or something. I don't know. Their shots. But like, for those of you that have animals, I'm sure you can relate. But whenever you take your animal to the vet, they do a checkup before they do anything. And I just live on the fact that the vet always says my dogs are perfect. He's like, they're exactly where I want them to be. Their weight's great. Their body's great. Their breaths are amazing. Their heart rates are identical. They're perfect. They're right where I want them to be. And I'm just like, good job, Katie. Good job. Are your dogs good at, it depends. They're hunting dogs, and so they've got that crazy hunter instinct in them. So, like, I imagine it's similar to having, like, a bloodhound or something like that, where a bloodhound, if it gets a smell, they'll get lost, like, on accident following a smell because it's their instinct. It's not because they're trying to be, like, disobedient or something. If my dogs see, like, a squirrel or a rabbit or something, they will go for it. They're pretty good at staying. Like, I can get them to stay for the most part, but every once in a while, there's just like something animalistic takes over inside of them and they go insane and they fucking need to chase it. But they don't kill anything. They just need to chase it. Like, I don't think they have like they don't have a killing instinct. I don't know what it is. Like, even if they get something in the yard, like you guys know, they caught mice and they spit them out alive. I think if I'm correct, I think poodles are soft mouth dogs, i.e. they're meant for like retrieving like ducks and stuff. So they don't have like that tear something apart, kill it. They pick it up and they bring it back to me. So I guess they do in that, like, if I take them to the mountains, for instance, if I take them out into the woods to go look at trees and stuff, I go to places there are no people just because when I go to the woods, I'm not there to hang out with people. I don't know, weird. So I found places I can go where there's no people, and they will take off, but they'll only go so far as to where they can still see me. Like, they won't go any farther. They have to be able to see me. But if they chase something, they chase it and then they just sit on it and wait for me to find them. Whatever it is, it's usually like if we go to the mountains, it's not groundhogs. What are they called? Prairie dogs. There's a lot of prairie dogs in Colorado, but they just sit on it. Like, I've done it. I did it, mother. I found it. What now? What would you like of me? And I'm like, nothing. Can you stop doing this, please? Mojo, thank you. I should. Good morning, Fail. How are you? They have that I mean, no shit. It's so weird. They play with each other, obviously, but they hunt each other in my yard. And it's wild. Like, if Trick goes down to one end of my yard and he's behind my shed, Lil will stand on the top of the hill and she gets down in that weird, like, lioness thing and starts to creep towards him, but her back doesn't move. I watch them hunt each other. It's so hilarious. Like, they have these crazy... I've never hunted with them in my life. Like, I have never taken them to retrieve an animal by any means. It's total instinct, which is just really cool. Dogs are fascinating. Side note, I went to the pet store yesterday to get some dental treats for the dogs, and they had like a charity thing, you know, you buy a can of food for the shelter or whatever. And she asked me, she's like, would you like to donate to the shelter? Of course I would. Would you like to donate to cats or dogs? And I asked her which one needed more, and she said definitely dogs. It should have been even, is all I'm saying. It should be even. Doing that shoulder number where they maintain low level, that's exactly what they do. They low level, and then their shoulders do that, like, very slow creep. And then when Trick sees that she's doing that, he gets down and he starts to creep at her. They're hilarious. I just love to watch them. Their behavior is so weird. Like, it's just, I mean, I've had, like, labs my whole life, and kind of doofier dogs that don't have a lot of independent thought. I don't know how to put that. They're not stupid. They just don't have that, like, whereas I don't say hunt your sister. They just do it. Like, they've just got that in them. Whereas, you know, like, I had labs, I had a golden retriever, I had a pug. Like, none of them are doing any of that. But my dogs definitely are doing that. Good morning, Kato. How are you? It's ambush mode. And then they ambush each other, inevitably. Lots of cool things on the horizon, my world. Thanks for asking. Yes. I hope you all are doing well and the spooters are doing well. My Mastigoproctus giganticus has closed off her burrow. Oh, I'm really excited for you. Dude, my bird eater is huge. My youngest spider is officially the biggest spider I own, which is wild. I went to the pet store like a week or something ago to get rats for the snakes. And every time I go to the pet store, I have to go to the back of the store and look at the tarantula stuff, like, see, because they have like it's like one of those glass cabinets that would be used to display china, like in a 3D kind of thing, but they put little baby spiders in there in enclosures and they sell them. And I always have to go check them out to see if they have some species I don't have or something like that. It's a pink. Yeah, it's a, what is it? Theraphosa apophysis. Is that the pink? It's the pink-footed bird eater. Yeah. But no shit, I always have to go look, and they had babies. They had baby Theraphosas, and I looked, and no shit, the babies look like babies. They're like this big in their little vial, and I just looked at it, and I was like, the poor fucker that buys that has no idea what they're in for at all. They grow, I mean, seriously, I've had her less than 2 years, and her leg span's at least this now. She's just huge, and I'm almost, oh my god, do you guys want to see her molt? She molted recently, and I'm pretty sure she's a female. I'm pretty excited that she's a female, because that just means she's going to live a long time, and she's going to be awesome. Do you want to see it? It's pretty cool.
Fuck you.
You have a grandma, her name is Margie. Oh, I love that. My girl's name is Brittany. A share video with you is technically an ad, but it's Brandon Rogers just being as hilarious. Oh, give me. If it's an ad for Viz, like, If it's for Vivzy, I feel like we should do that. Katie playing Pokemon with spiders? No shit. You do. That's literally what tarantula owning is. Because if you ask anyone that cares for spiders or tarantulas, they take such little care. Like, the less you pay attention to them, the better, more often than not. And so you get bored. And you're like, well, if I have a baby, I have something to do. I imagine this is what breeders do. Let me grab it. Hold on. Chesh. Thank you so much for summoning the class. Keeping the class alive and giving it a swings.
Go forth and be consensual, motherfuckers. I appreciate you.
Thank you, love. One moment while that video loads. Okay, I got her molt. So it's minor spider warning, but I feel like for October, because it's scary games and scary alerts, do I get a free pass? Do I have to say spider warning this month? I'm just kidding. I'll always say spider warning. So for those that don't know, the vast majority of enclosures behind me are either geckos or tarantulas. And in one of these enclosures, actually this one right here, I have the bird eater. It's like the spider everyone's afraid of. It's a Theraphosa apophysis, I believe is the Latin name, but she's a pink-footed bird eater. And I swear to you, I've had her less than 2 years. This March will be 2 years old, and this was her molt as of a couple weeks ago. Hold on, I gotta hold it down. She's so big. Good morning, Momo. How are you, love? Look at that. I'm just holding it down so it doesn't fly away because they're so light. But she's huge. I know, right? Hand for scale. She's enormous. She's such a beast. Hold on, let me flip it over. You can see her fangs. They are so intense. She just grew so fast. It's fucking wild. So you can see, look at those fangs in there. They're huge. She's a monster. Just a monster. I know, right? That's most people say, hell nah. She's actually one of my most, like, timid, scared spiders, to be honest. She's one of the least brave I have, but that's her minus booty. She's just huge. She's gotten so big. I know. The Home Alone spider, I don't have the Home Alone spider, actually. The Home Alone spider is a Brachypelma. It's not Bome. I know the species in it. Of course I do. I looked it up. But I don't have that species. There's a ton of species of tarantulas that look really, really similar in that they're black with like some sort of orange banding on their legs. And they're all called Brachypelma. I have a Brachypelma Bome, which is Azula. You guys have seen Azula. She's my big old chonky fucker. She's a Mexican fire leg. But there's like Mexican red leg, orange leg, yellow leg, blah, 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 blah. They all look very, very similar. Very similar care too. Well, you know what, Philman? I started, honestly, like, every single mod of mine has an animal in my house. And at that point, I was like, okay, I'm running out of names. And I started naming tarantulas after, like, weed strains. So I have, like, Orange Crush and Fruity Pebbles, and I have a few of those. But I just started running out of them. No shit, Brittany, I got that spider, and someone in chat's literal name in chat was Brittany Bitch. Like the song, it's Britney bitch, dun dun. And I was like, oh, I guess I'll just name her Britney because I love Britney Spears. Let's fucking go. It gets real random at a certain point. But I try to match them to like certain, like, for instance, Viata is one of my mod Viata is one of my geckos. And she's like the prettiest gecko I have, but probably the least accommodating to a snuggle. If that makes sense. Stuff like that. But I try. I mean, seriously, it's so hard. I run, like, no shit. We just had, oh my God, Phil, did you know we had 2 baby geckos? It's crazy. So, like, 2.5 months ago-ish, I know. 2.5 months ago-ish, I'm cleaning out the geckos' cages, and I find eggs. And I'm like, this isn't the plan. Like, I don't need more animals. I don't want more animals. I'm topped out. I'm good. And so I'm looking at, I know, I hatched them. I did. It's crazy. So I'm looking at my geckos. I find out one of them's a boy, but he was like, I have crested geckos, and crested geckos are one of the few geckos that lose their tail and it never grows back. So they stay what we call a frog butt. I showed you guys, I think it was Viata the other day, the pure white one with no tail.
No.
And they're adorable, but because there's no tail, I couldn't see like the ball bulge.
With Satan's cock.
God damn it. Adam, thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving it a swings. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways, because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent, and I fucking appreciate you. Thank you. So, I find eggs, and like, I'm sure a lot of you know this, but anything that ovulates no matter what, whether or not it's pregnant. So, like, chickens lay, unfertilized eggs. Humans have periods. Reptiles lay eggs that are unfertilized. I found this out a long time ago. My audio keeps cutting out of one ear, and I don't know why. Is there something wrong with my audio? Is it you? Weird. Anyways, I lost my brain, my track. Geckos, baby geckos, eggs. God damn it. Oh, so long time ago, you guys remember I had a bearded dragon named Bowser? She passed away a few years ago. I had her for like 15 years. When she was like 7, she laid a clutch of eggs, like 12 eggs in her tank. And I was like, there's no fucking way. Lizard, like, I've had you your whole life. There's no way you've been bred. Like, why are you laying eggs? And that was actually how I found out Bowser was a girl. My audio, is it my cord? Oh my God, I really hope my cord's not fucked up. Yeah, she was, no shit, and Bowser was I don't know why my audio's doing this. Bowser was a rescue on top of it. So, I'm sorry if my audio's also going in and out for you guys. I don't know what's going on. Please stop it. Anyways, I found out Bowser was a girl, but lizards do this. So when I found the eggs in my gecko's enclosure, I was like, maybe they're infertile. Like, there's a chance that they're just ovulating because I have female geckos. But just in case, I put them in this shit. You put the eggs in perlite, and then you let them sit there for a couple months with water, and you wait, and you hope for the best. And we have 2 baby geckos. Is it not failing in and out of one ear for you guys? Good. Then it must just be my cord. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't something internal going on, because that would be fucking annoying. Good morning, Miniman. Audio's good. Okay, good. It's just like, I think it must be my cord, because it's fading in and out of one ear for me. Anyways, so I put the eggs in a little thing, and what's hilarious is, of course, my geckos lay eggs that have babies in them during the one time of year where I'm definitely traveling. Like, no matter what, I'm going to Burning Man and I'm going to TwitchCon, and they're literally 2 weeks apart. So when you pull the eggs out, you write the dates on them, and theoretically, it should be 2 months that they gestate. But I had no idea when these eggs were laid because I wasn't searching for them. So I wrote the dates on them, put them in there, whatever. So Burning Man happens. Burning Man's like 9 days that I'm gone, and Rod came to stay at my house, and we were all had money on the fact that they were going to be born with Rod. All of us, we were like, it's our luck. It's Rod's luck that while he's taking care of my house and my dogs, he's going to have to take care of brand new baby newborn geckos. So Burning Man happens. They're not born. We're like, thank fuck, we're good. 2 weeks go by. They're still not born. And I'm doing like the flashlight thing to them. Like, I'm pulling them out and flashlighting them. There's definitely baby geckos in there. So I'm like, I got to keep going with this, right? It's not like I'm doing anything. I got to keep eyes out for when they're born or whatever. So I fuck you not. The last day of TwitchCon, Rod is taking care of my house. He's taking care of my dogs. I get a message first thing in the morning. God damn it, we knew it was going to happen. And it's a picture of the world's tiniest little jelly bean gecko crawling out of its egg. And then that night, the second one was born. And then I came home the next day. So Rod is technically mother of dragons. Rod was there for the hatching of both the geckos. I'm just grateful beyond reason that they're both healthy, fully formed babies, because like everything I read states that, when you're breeding animals, especially geckos and reptiles, you have to feed them a certain diet, take care of them in a certain way, because they can this is literally the term I've read, they can breed to death. So like a male will just fuck that girl, and if she's not fed enough, all the nutrients her body's leaching from her to create those eggs and those babies will eventually starve her to death and kill her. So like there's all this stuff you need to do if you're breeding on purpose. And I did none of that because I was not breeding on purpose. I'm just feeding my geckos like normal. So I was like, oh my God, am I going to end up with geckos with 2 heads, 5 arms? Like, I've taken care of baby geckos before, but not special needs baby geckos. I don't know what the fuck to do with that. And they're perfect. They're seriously perfect. And they're so cute. So cute. And like, One of them is named Rodbert. That is Rodbert's namesake because Rodbert took care of my animals in my house and he birthed these geckos for me. So one is Rodbert and one is named Ember for Burning Man because she looks like embers and they're just so cute. It's really probably like the most interesting and fun part about it for me is I'm really curious to see how they end up looking because their parents are not like no one in the breeding sphere of geckos would do what I did on accident because you just have no idea what you're going to get out. And geckos get more expensive depending on how they look. It's kind of like ball pythons. If you've seen ball pythons, they do like pure white ball pythons now and yellow ball pythons and red ones and whatever. And they're more expensive depending on the morph. So like one of the mother, Viata is the mother of the actual dragons. She, not Viata in chat, Viata my gecko. She is pure white with like a splatter of spots on her back. She's called a confetti. So she's got a splatter of black and red spots on her back, and then she's pure white. Whereas the dad is what's called an extreme harlequin. He's essentially the polar opposite. He has all the colors on him. He has white, black, orange, red, yellow in this really cool like tiger pattern across his back. And he's got little tootsie. I mean, he's just so gorgeous. But I'm really curious to see how the babies turn out because like no one would do this. Sunbun, thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving 8 swings for 19 months. I fucking appreciate you. Go forth and be consensual. Thank you. Rod is mother of dragons. No shit. 8 p.m. Okay, evening. My bad. Rod is the mother of dragons. Yeah. One of the baby geckos is on top. Do you guys want to see one? It's been about a week since you guys saw them. I think I promised I would show them to you guys anyways. Let me see. I just want to put on autofocus so you can see them. They're really cute. I literally carry them with me all over the house and have them with me all the time. I just love them so much. That's what I'm thinking. Well, it's really cool, David. One of Rodbert. It's begun. Thank you for those biddies, Molly. I appreciate you. Rodbert is really pale. Rodbert was the first one born, and he looks like he's the color of his mom, but with the patterns of his dad. Their dad, I have no idea. You can't tell gecko sex when they're babies. And then the second one, Ember, is a lot more orange and looks a lot more like dad. So it's going to be curious because like as they molt and grow, they'll develop more color and brighter expressions and they could get dots. I don't know. They're literally a week old, so I'm being real delicate with them. Let me see. I'm just going to open it and then I'll take the camera down. I'm going to turn on autofocus so it's going to get weird. All right. So that's little Ember. Look at that little shit. I wish you would focus on the gecko and not the background. So fucking cute and tiny. Finger for scale. Just the tiniest little shit. So that's Ember. And then I mean, that's not Ember, excuse me. That's Rodbert. Ember is down there. You can see the little tail under the bowl. That's Ember's little tail. But that's Rodbert. And I don't know why autofocus won't focus on his cute little self because apparently my desk mat's more interesting. But you see those like stripes back and forth on their back? I really don't know what that's going to turn into and I'm so excited. But that's a baby gecko enclosure. They're very boring, but you want them to be really small so they can find their food, the enclosure. But yeah, that little guy. Look at that little shit. His head's not even as big as my fingernail. I'm sorry I'm shaking. I get really nervous. They're just so tiny and so cute. I love them so much. I know. The fact that Rod became our mother of dragons is just very fitting. All right, I'm so sorry for disturbing you. I love you so much. Once they turn 3 months old, we can take them out and handle them. I have handled them once just to weigh them and make sure they're healthy. But because they're so delicate, I mean, there's just the most fragile, precious little beans right now. You really don't want to handle them when they're this size because it's just not very safe. Too well hidden. It's crazy how well and that's why they're really not very bright when they're babies, is they need to be able to like camouflage and not get eaten. They're just so cute. I know. Cheers. I mean, Rodbird is pale like Rod. Thank you, Kozu. I love animals. I care too much. Like when Zach put out these sticky traps for mice, I told him, I'm like, if I find it first, I'm gonna try to save the mouse. I just need you to know that. And he was like, yeah, I know. I'm like, okay. It has to be clear. Like, I don't have, like, I want to save all the animals. I want to take care of everything. I hate sticky, no shit, Chesh. I don't know if you heard me talk about this. We had to put out sticky traps. We had mice. We think we've got rid of them all. We haven't caught anything in over 2 weeks now. Or, yeah, in about 2 weeks now, we haven't caught anything. Thank fuck. But, when Zach said sticky traps, we made a pact, basically, that if he has to check them multiple times a day, and if anything is caught in them, he has to come take care of it immediately. I physically couldn't do it. I refuse to let a mouse be tortured and just, like, suffocate to death on a sticky trap. We have to kill it right away. Like, they just have to die, which is so sad, and I hate that. But, like, I couldn't do it. I'll save the mouse. I physically couldn't do it. I'd see a mouse alive stuck to a sticky trap, and I'd be like, time to save it. I'm broken. I love animals too much. Like, I seriously care too much. But on the flip side, like, my human part knows we can't have mice in our house. Disgusting. It sucks, right, Shush? It's the worst. I hate it so much. I've seen 2 of the mice. We've caught 3. I've seen 2 of them, and their eyes are burned into my skull. The way that their eyes were panicked and scared is burned into me. Like, I'm such an empathetic person when it comes to animals. It's kind of like a hindrance in my life, a little bit. You don't have to like Game of Thrones to be mother. Rod doesn't have a choice to whether or not he's mother of dragons. He just is. You can feed the spiders with the mice. My headphone is cutting out. Is it my head? What is going on? It's got to be an audio cord. I love you, Chesh. Be safe, honeybean. The one time we had mice, we did have a heart traps, and hubby took them to the forest nearby. That's exactly like we've only caught 3. And now we haven't caught any, so I'm pretty sure we got them. But the 3 that we caught, Zach literally took them outside and dispatched them with a rock immediately. Like, I wouldn't let him not. I was like, now. If we're doing sticky traps, they will die immediately. I'm not letting something suffer. I don't care what it is. Nothing deserves to suffer other than flies, fruit flies, ticks, fleas, bed bugs. Cheers. I owe it cheers. I don't know what strain I have in. I think it's this one, Citrus Chiller, which is allegedly 38.81% THC and allegedly a sativa. %, Worsty, yeah. So there's a lot of ways, basically, to deter mice from wanting to live in your house. I grew up in a house that was literally in the middle of a fucking, like, wheat field. Literally in the middle of a defunct wheat field that still grew wheat. And so growing up, like, it was just, there were always mice traps out. Always. If you didn't drive a car for 2 days, you'd have a mouse nest in the engine of your car. It was just inevitable. And so there's ways like putting essential oils is a big one. They hate essential oils. Vinegar, pouring white vinegar down your drains makes it so they don't want to go there for that water source. Stuff like that. It's basically making it not appealing for a mouse to live there. No food out, etc., etc., etc. I honestly don't know how they got in. I think Lil brought one in, and then they started, like, I don't know. There was only 3, though, and I haven't seen or caught one since then, so cross your fingers. It's just, it makes you feel so gross, because it's like, it's not the mouse itself. It's the shit. Shit and piss everywhere. If you have mice, they're shitting and they're pissing on every surface of your house constantly, and that can make you very, very sick. Like, mouse shit turns to a dust that causes massive respiratory issues. So you just never want to, no one wants to exist that once. I killed a rat once and I cried. No shit, Kato. I have 4 snakes and 2 of them are picky eaters. So I can't buy like frozen rats, and I refuse to feed live for all of the reasons previously stated, as well as it's ridiculously unsafe for your snake. Like, rats are very apt at protecting themselves. If your snake misses on a strike, that rat will slice your snake's throat open with its teeth and it's done. So I just don't fuck around with that. But I have to go to an exotic store nearby where I get what's called pre-killed, which means they have tanks of live rats in the back. They go back and they kill it for me, and then I bring it home hot. It's disgusting, but it's the only way one of my snakes will eat. She's literally gone 8 months without eating before, and I hate it so much. And I every time I go, I wonder how these pet shop people even do it, because it's some sort of like pneumatic device where they just like pop them in the head and they're dead. It's very quick. It's humane. It's probably more humane than letting them get suffocated to death by a fucking snake. But goddamn it, like they no shit. They go do it in the back, and then they bring out like, it's like buying drugs. It reminds me of buying drugs when I was a kid. They bring out a fucking brown paper bag all rolled up and taped, and it's hot. And it's got 4 rats in it that have just been dispatched. Like, they literally have bloody skulls. It's so gross. It's the worst part about owning snakes. I love my snakes. They're so cool. They're so pretty, but Jesus Christ. It's the worst fucking part. It's literally No Country for Old Men. It's a tiny, I used to think it was some sort of vice or something, but it's actually a little pneumatic device, and they just pop them in the heads, and it's insta-death, which, fine. The fastest, most humane death, that's what I'm in for. Please do that. It just sucks no matter what. Mosquitoes can fuck themselves as well. The ones that bite. It's a fast death. Yeah, that's why that No Country for Old Men thing he uses, that's a cattle. That's how they kill cows in slaughterhouses. They put it, and pigs, they put it against their forehead, and just that rod is popped into their skulls so fucking fast, it kills their brain matter, and they don't feel anything anymore, and they die. It's like, as far as I'm aware, the most humane, fast way for things to be dispatched for butchering. That's literally where No Country for Old Men, that's where that thing comes from. It's a cow skull hole punch. You can put a keychain on that. Wow, you could put that on a key, 100%. 100%. Growing mint and lavender is really good. So like, if you're worried about getting rodents or even pests, mint and lavender are really good to plant near your doorways, because they are pest deterrents as well as mice deterrents. Animals hate the scent of those. The problem is, and I would highly advise you plant them in pots for this reason, they're weeds. Like, lavender and mint will fucking obliterate your yard if you care about landscaping at all. They will just go wild, and you'll never get rid of it, ever. It's just, it's a noxious weed. So plant it in pots. Or you can even plant it in those felt pots that go underground if you want to, just to control the root spread, because otherwise you'll end up with nothing but mint and lavender, which isn't the worst. It just gets everywhere. Yeah, it gets everywhere. Lavender tends to just become a very big kind of bush thing. Every year it sprouts out more things. I love the mint. Honestly, I don't mind it. Like, I'm not one to grow grass or anything like that, so it really doesn't bother me. If the rat wasn't alive and white, a ball python refused to eat it. Shut the fuck up. You had one like that? They had to eat it white? Wow, racist snake. Failed, no, 100%. It's like, all but one of my snakes is a rescue. It's not, I try to stay away from carnivorous other than the bugs, because I don't care, like spiders and stuff. But other than that, the carnivorous stuff, it just hurts. It makes me sad, man. It's the circle of life, and we're all aware of it, but ugh. I've never even heard of it. Throne Liberty, what is it? What kind of MMO? Hi, Nana, how are you, love? Racist ass motherfucking snake. I have a large patch of spearmint in my garden. I like the smell, but it does always try to spread. It does. The way that I've heard, and this is what I did with lavender in my yard, because I've heard lavender can spread as well, is you do like a rockery around it. So I have some lavender and mint planted in the yard, because they're really good pest control too. So like, if you have a tree or a bush or something in your yard that bugs try to eat every year, like constantly, plant a bunch of lavender or mint at the base of it, and it will deter bugs from crawling up into the plant, because they won't want to go to the base of it because of the icky. It's kind of fascinating, actually. Wait. A giant, yes. I don't understand vingaroons. Vingaroons, whiptail scorpions, they're okay. They kind of, sure. Camel spiders, they fucking freak me out. There's another one that looks like a camel spider but isn't one, and it's some sort of tailless scorpion. And they're just, I mean, no shit. Vingaroons, if you've never seen a vingaroon, Google it on your own time. They're a horrifying picture. They literally shoot vinegar out their ass as a defense mechanism, and they look like a nightmare. Like, oh, no shit. Can you, like, Viata, is it, just curious, have you noticed a difference between, like, synthesized lavender oil versus the plant itself. Because I adore the way normal, like a lavender plant, you crush it in your fingers and smell it. Because it's almost like vanilla lavender versus the astringency of manufactured scents, I feel like isn't that great. I'm kind of on par with you like that. But my normal, like I pull off some buds and rub them on my fingers and smell them. It does not smell like the little oil things. It's different. Oh my God, Theory, was it terrible? The blackbirds, oh, that's a bummer. You can't piss those off. Vingrons are wild to watch. They're so scary to me. I had a mint spray from when we had mice in the house. Yep, that's what I've been doing as well. If you think it looks like a nightmare, then I'm not sure I want to Google it. It does. If you've ever, like, it's a tailless scorpion. It's like a whip scorpion. Here, I'll Google it. I'll pull it up. Close your eyes. It's scary month. I get a free ride on this month, right? I know how wild it is that this bothers me, but I have 50 tarantulas behind me. I know that. I just want to put that out there. I'm well aware of the dichotomy in what makes me ew and what doesn't. This makes me ew. Vingaroon. It's not a spider, so technically not a spider warning. Vingaroon. So they are, for the most part, harmless. Like, they have no interest in you, but that big thing on their ass sprays vinegar into the air to make you go away, and it's so gross. I don't want any animal that wants to spray me. What the fuck? You have one named Jacqueline? Oh, I love that so much. That's a perfect name. There are different kinds of lavenders, true. It doesn't matter. I just like it. I was just curious. I don't like floral scents, though. I understand that. Do they smell like Old Lady to you? Because I feel like a bunch of the face washes and stuff, they put rose water in them, and I immediately feel like I smell old. I saw an ILD specialist for the first time. She has an anti-febrile drug that she thinks can help with my lungs. Fuck yeah, okay. I thought you said you were leaving. Like, I'm fucking leaving this city. This was the worst experience of my life, and I was ready to rage with you. I think they're fucking chill, right? They are arachnids, yeah. Yeah, they're definitely arachnids, but they're just... I don't like that. There's a type of spider I don't like either. I'm not looking that up right now. But if you look up purse spider... on the whip scorpion, if you've ever seen Harry Potter, you've seen a whip scorpion. It's in... Oh, there goes my bandwidth for some reason. I don't remember which movie it is. It's whatever one's with Mad Eye Moody. And he takes his wand and he hovers this creepy bug out of a jar and starts dancing her around the room. And then he makes her really big and then he makes her really small. And then he hovers over some water and then tortures her and then kills it. That's literally a whip scorpion. Which is not loading right now because apparently the internet sucks. With a goblet of fire, thank you. That's a whip scorpion. So that's a real animal that it's a digital recreation of a real animal, but that's legitimately a real animal. Another thing that is so harmless. Like, these creep me out less. These don't scare me as much for some reason. I think these just look like crabs. They just look like crabs to me. But of course, a vingaroon comes up when you search whip scorpion. But yeah, whip scorpions, you can get these as pets, actually. I think a lot of the time my pet store has them. I think they're just really, really short-lived. Are whip scorpions? I think they're an arachnid, right? Because there's arachnids and then there's harvestmen. Harvestmen and they are arachnids. So harvestmen look a lot like arachnids, but aren't. Like, for instance, have you ever seen a daddy long legs? That's not a spider. That's a harvestman. Harvestmen! They're different, but similar, but not a spider. And no, they don't have the strongest venom in the world. And no, it's not just because their fangs are weak that they can't bite us. They're harvestmen. They don't do that. They eat stuff. They eat creatures. They chew and stuff. More like a scorpion does than anything. Because they got little mandibles where they can... really quickly. They're not spiders, though. They're just big... they're harvestmen. There's a really cute harvestman, though, that's really small. And I was hoping it would come up because it looks... Oh, my God, this. Ever wonder where Pokemon come from? Because I think it's the animal world. It's a rabbit. That's just another daddy long legs. That's just some sort of harvestman that's harmless to us, but they're so fucking cute. Doesn't it look like just like a Pokemon? And they're really I think this or like oh my god, it looks like the little Totoros. You're so right. It totally does. Oh no shit, Vingaroons are a type of whip scorpion. I had no idea. That makes sense though. They're so weird. They're just the animal world is fascinating, to be honest. I think one moment. I think our boy, Clint? I think Clint might have a video on them. He has it on a Vingaroon too. Shut the fuck up. I love this man. If you've never seen him, he is a dorky zoologist. Oh my god, and there's another little pseudoscorpion. They're so cute. He's a dorky zoologist from Utah. I just love him. This is a whip scorpion. You're welcome. It's on his face. Okay, would you hold it? I think I would. I think I'd do it. I don't know. I think I'd do it. It's kind of cool. Right? They're totally harmless, right? That's the thing. There's literally nothing about this creature that can hurt you, but I would definitely hold it. What did he call it? A freaky alien harmless nightmare beast. That's perfect. I love that. Not in a billion years. I feel that spiritually. Cheers. I think they're cool. I don't want to own one. Again, they have really, really short lifespans. Part of the reason I own tarantulas, for those that don't know, you're just swinging by. For those that are used to me, you're probably like, Katie, shut the fuck up about your goddamn spiders. Female tarantulas can live up to 25 to 35 years. And I can't stand when my animals die. So I'm in the business of long livers. And these guys get a good 2 years on them and then just... It makes me sad. Cheers. That's a Vingaroon. So, an antenniform leg, I'm sure he's going to explain it probably, but if he doesn't, so you know how spiders have pedipalps? So, I've talked about tarantulas and spiders a million times. I feel like I do it too much, but if you didn't know, spiders have 8 legs and then 2 little arms in the front called pedipalps, and that's what they use to manipulate their world, dig holes, move dirt. We've watched my tarantulas literally move dirt like little bulldozers with their arms. They use their 2 little pedipalps. So, that pedipalp, throughout, like, I think tarantulas, it goes purse spiders and then tarantulas in terms of, like, what evolved first. So, hold on, I'll look up a purse spider, because I've been talking about it too much. Purse spiders are so scary. These are a spider I would never own, just because they're harmless, again, but so no thank you. It's those big teeth. I just want nothing to do with them. They look fleshy. I don't know, not a big fan. But this is, as far as I know, the oldest spider in the world. Like, it has not evolved since, I want to say, the prehistoric period. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. It's the oldest spider. And then, with them. But they all molted out to be males. She's so fucking cute. This is the velvet spiders. They're so cute. Mine looks like this. That's what my girl looks like. She lives in a shelf right there. and she's precious, but like it's so hard to even get a picture of her and show her to anybody. You'd have to take her out and manhandle her, and I'm just not about to do that. But she's going on about 4 years old now, which is the longest I've ever, like, I've had jumping spiders. Jumping spiders live like a year and a half, maybe. These guys live pretty long, but they only get about this big, and it's actually a cool story. Um, Scientists thought these guys were extinct up until I want to say it was like the late 80s, early 90s, and then some dude in Greece found one in a field. And it's really cool because this is what the males look like. Another term for this species is the ladybird spider, because the males molt like this. But like I said, males don't live. They live maybe a year. Females outlive males exponentially when it comes to the arachnid world. But the males are just stunning. There's several morphs of them. Not morphs, they're all natural, but there's several like variations of the male. They're just really pretty. Oh, that's one. That's a male. The males are always prettier. But we thought they were extinct, and then one dude in Greece found one in a field, and Greece gave him a plot of land to try to rehabilitate this species of spider that the world thought they lost, and now we've found them all over the world. Like, there's some in the UK. I think there's some in Belgium. They found them in Greece, obviously. Like, there's different varieties that live in different climates. The variety I have is called Erysis walkeneri, and she looks just like that. She's pretty basic. She doesn't have, like, a gold ring or anything. These are all gorgeous. But my girl's the basic, and she just, like, hangs upside down. The coolest thing about them, in my opinion, and you can kind of tell, their webbing is, they don't spin like a web, like a circular flat web that's going to catch anything. They spin web like cotton candy, and they just live in it. They just, like, live in this bundle of cotton candy, and their webbing is pink. It's, like, literally cotton candy pink. And I don't know, people, they do that oversaturation and photo editing, but you can kind of tell if you were looking at this natural, it's pink. It's really interesting. It's actually quite fucking fascinating. Hold on. I'll show you her enclosure because you can see all the webbing. You probably won't see her. So, not a spider warning. So this is where my girl lives. Hold on, let me go full screen. Her name is Chub Chub. And if I open it, ooh, almost knocked my water off. You can see her web is stuck to the door. But that's her right there. Ooh. Right up there, you see her? Right there. But that's her sticky web that she lives in. It's wild. Literally, Nana, it is, and it is crazy strong. Crazy strong. Their webbing, I have to cut with scissors. It's wild. Thank you, B. I appreciate you. Do you have a little velvet spider? They're so docile and so cute and so chubby, and they spin like that cotton candy webbing stuff and then just hang upside down from it their whole life, and they're just so cute. That is my favorite arachnid, easily, that species. I mean, any of the velvet spiders, let's be honest. It was just a bummer because no shit, when I got them, they were still pretty new to the hobby and people were still like getting really excited about them. So they were like $100 a piece as babies. And the babies were were the half of a grain of rice. That's how small they were because they were spider babies. If you've ever seen spider babies, they are fucking small. And 5 turned out to be boys, so they all died, which is really sad because boys died. That's not the screen we want, motherfucker. That's what you just decided to switch monitors? What the fuck? That's not it. Stop that. Let's retry. There we go. My God, I'm sorry. I can do this. I promise. My leg tattoo? No, it's actually, have you seen Nocturne? The show? It's so obscure, but like 5-ish years ago, Zach and I were a part of a role play show called Nocturne, and Jim. Long story short, a character in the game that became a major feature that still to this day carries on was this amalgamous deer god demon creature whatever in the woods, and my character was asked to give him a name, and I gave him a name Jim, and I ended up getting Jim tattooed on my fucking leg. Ugh. No dog behind me, right? So you can kind of tell it's like a decaying deer. So there's the ribs, and then that's like the deer head kind of coming at an angle, you know? It's hard to tell because it's on my big fat thigh. And then this is where the coloring started. It's not finished, obviously. And then, I don't know if you can tell because I'm sitting, hold on, let me go full screen. I'm standing on my fucking desk. If you look, you can see these little frogs every once in a while. And there's a frog for every character in Nocturne. There's a frog. I think there's one down there. Is there a frog down there somewhere? They're kind of hard to see because they're like hiding. Frog, 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 frog. I think there's one back there too. I don't know. There's a frog for every character. But yeah, it's really hard to see, but it looks like if you were to find, you know, a deer that had died in the woods and was kind of decaying, that's the concept. And then you can see its big old crazy like tree branch legs. And then I'm trying to get it at an angle so you can see the face. The face is my favorite part, like the under jaw right there and the branches falling out of it and the little tree. There's a little frog right there that's impaled. I bet you guys can guess which character on Nocturne that is. I don't know. I love it. But the tattoo artist fucking moved away, so I haven't been able to finish it, which is why there's literally only color there. Bastard. We are babies. I know, it's so weird. Big shout out to Table Story. Yeah, Table Story is actually doing their own rewatch of it. We were doing a rewatch of Nocturne in this channel like 3 years ago. And then unfortunately, and this, it sounds crazy when I say it out loud, but I know you guys get it. I had a pug named Millie. She lived till she was like 12 and a half, 13 years old. She was the most perfect dog literally in the entire world. And for almost every single fucking episode of Nocturne, she's sitting on a couch behind me. And she looks up and she gets up and she rearranges herself and she barks, and I can't watch it thinking about it right now, I'm on the verge of tears. I just bawl. I just cry a lot. Still, I miss that dumb little dog so much. It's the worst. It's the worst. And I physically could not continue the rewatch because my dog passed away and I couldn't look at her. It's really sad. It's just like, I still, to this day, I mourn that little fuck so much. She was such a huge part of my life. 6, same. That's my tattoo artist moved to Virginia. And I was like, really? Okay, thanks. Oh, was it Gone? No, Gone wasn't the asylum. Oh my god, it's on the tip of my ass. It's, the Cerebrum Project. Cerebrum Project, oh my god, I did it! Cerebrum Project. That one. That was so fucking fun. But... What's happening? What the fuck? Well, that's gonna live forever in my head. I'm gonna have to, do I follow this account? Because now I want to. Subscribe, follow. Subscribe? I'm sorry, what? Twitter? Get the fuck, you're drunk, go home. Okay, hold on. So, this is so random. But yeah, I think you're really gonna love it. It was just a random Twitter thing that Zach played, and I was like, oh my fucking god. What if 9 Inch Nails was yacht rock? I might have listened to it a few times. I didn't realize the full version's on YouTube. Should I look it up? Who are you? What's your YouTube? But what's your YouTube? Who are you? It says at Mr. Professor 318 on TikTok. Is that them? Dear Mr. Professor, we have to find you now. Interesting. Oh my god, it's the first thing. Wow, we're not the first ones to do it. It's fine. That's a thumbnail. I cannot with that. Is that an AI fucking... That's an AI image of him. I don't know. We're not going to look at that. You can always tell by the hands, but we're going to listen to it. Is it an AI song? Don't tell me that. It is an AI song. Well, that's a bummer. It was great for about fucking 1 minute and a half. No, I believe you. I read it. I just read it. Why is it always... Why? Someone could have made it. I bet. Like, someone probably could have said it's not AI. Good morning, Lorelai. How are you? Love. Okay. Notebook. Now I can use my brain. I was seriously dying. Found it. Literally had to pee so bad. Anyways. Like my kidneys hurt a little.
Now, I'm going to fuck you with Satan's cock.
Thank you for subbing to the class. Keeping the class 11, giving it swings for 59 months.
That's a long fucking time. That's a month away from 60 months. That's a lot. I mean, 69 is great, but like, hail Satan. Holy shit. That's a long one. Thank you. I appreciate you.
I really liked Dead by Daylight, but it's only fun if you have a dedicated party to play because the player base sucks. Where's my pen? I'm stuck. Pen. Got one. Okay, hold up. What was, it was Cult of the Lamb. I got goat stuck in my head. Cult of the Lamb. Hold on. You know, I actually went through, yesterday, like casually while we were watching our movie, I was going through the Steam horror section. What a fucking snooze. Like, what does that even mean anymore? Does it mean, like, dark color palette? Doesn't this P. Diddy in it? Isn't this P. Diddy? The Diddler? I think it is. I think we can't listen to this. Because yucky. Yeah. Okay, thank you. I was pretty positive. Skipsies. Skipsies. Get rid of that song. Unlike. You weren't allowed to be around anymore. It's fucking nasty-ass P. Diddler. Nasty-ass motherfucker. I know, I really like Dead by Daylight. It's only fun if you have a full party, though. I really tried to play with randos, and it's just horrible. It's literally it's a terrible player base. I hate it so much. I like the game we're playing, though. We've been playing, I can remember the name. It's like I think it's a Japanese word. Name. Yamawari, which is shockingly quite scary, honestly, in my opinion. I was a killer main too. I loved doing it, and literally people would like it was so fucked up. Like the people that were playing against me were all friends and they were all on comms together, and they would I mean it was really lame. What up, Delon? How are you, love? I almost said your name the way it's supposed to be and I hated it again. There's a clip of me streaming it as a killer and the toxic survivors were taunting me and I'm screaming at them because they're such assholes and they all die because of the time limit. Yeah. I mean, literally, that's the way it went every time. If I was a survivor, it's like the killer was on the side of the other survivors, so they would all bait me in, and the killer would just hang me on a hook over and over and over and over and over again. And I couldn't level or get anywhere where I wasn't stuck playing with those people. And there's so many games that have come out that are similar to that, like Friday the 13th, etc. And they're all the same. And I have better things to do with my time. You know what I'm saying? No shit, you had a nice killer. That's fucking dope. It's so rare that you get. I mean, I honestly never got it. Like they were always on the team of like it felt like being bullied in school. I was just like, can we just play the game the way it's supposed to be played, please? For the love of fuck. I feel like that's not too much to ask. Is it? Is that too much to ask? I don't feel like it is. We should start playing our game. I didn't realize it's already noon. It's because I fucking slept like a rock. I know, now my brain's fucking with me and trying to read it. And I'm pretty sure the first time I ever called you Delon was like the first time, like my brain just turned your name backwards and it just stuck. And now it's trying to overcorrect and I hate it so much. Hooked on you. Oh my God, is it the same thing? My birthday is not 2024. Oh God, I have to put in a birth date to look at it. Is it just because it's gore? Oh my God. Welcome to Murderer's Island. Your companions, 4 dead sexy killers who underneath their murderous exteriors just want a little romance. Flirt your way into their hearts, uncovering... Oh my God, I want to play this. I was going to say this reminds me of Boyfriend Dungeon. I want to play this. Is this considered Halloween-y? Because I want to play it real bad. Why can't I open it in the app? I'm just going to look for it in the app. Hold on. Hooked on You. I'm adding that to my wish list. Dude, do you remember Boyfriend Dungeon? I think that's literally what it was called. It was so hilariously fun. I was shocked at how much fun it was. It was stupid, but also super fun. It's a Dead by Daylight dating sim. Are you kidding me? That sounds like so much fun. I'm here for this. 1000%. Well, this is Dead by Daylight dating sim. You don't have to play with anybody. I mean, if Boyfriend Dungeon, people weren't necessarily stable. I mean, technically they were serial killers who just didn't own up to it because we were all fighting and killing things all the time. We wrote down all of the horror games I have. Basically, all the ones that are like actually horror that I haven't played. That seem actual scary. We're like, I don't know how long this... I should look up. How long is Yamawari or whatever the fuck we've been playing? Hold on. Yamawari. How long is Yamawari Mid... Oh, yeah. I think we're going to beat this game pretty fast. Pretty soon. We might be able to do it today, honestly. So what you're saying is all of us are... Well, I don't go out and fight dungeons and kill people. But I don't know how God stands on the whole unplugging people from life support thing. So... Yes! Oh my God, Trouble, that was it. No shit. In Boyfriend Dungeon, people wear weapons. That's what it was. So the boyfriends you dated were your weapons at the same time, and they were weapons or some shit. Or like they were cursed to be a weapon and you had to like save them. So is this a step Like, we dated the weapons. Now we're just gonna date the users of the weapon. I don't know. I added it to my wish list. I'm gonna watch for that shit. That's what, thank you. Gleb posted a link if you're curious about Boyfriend Dungeon. It was legitimately super fun. It was like one of those games where you had like a town kind of that you went around and you went on dates or like interacted, bought supplies, and then you would go into the dungeons and you'd have like a dungeon crawl. It was very fun, shockingly. And I've never played like a dating sim before. It was so weird, but really fun. Like, I really enjoyed Boyfriend Dungeon. Highly suggested if you like kind of weirder games like that. Like, it was just corny as fuck. Man, you even get stalked. Like, every type of dating profile you can imagine, you end up dating in these boyfriends, and one of them ends up a creepy stalker. It's crazy. It's so wild. What up, Lil Mama Selva? How are you, love? Hello, cool. You know one of those diamond painting kits? Yes, actually. Kelty, I have one on my wall. Yeah, it's on this wall. Celtic Wolf made me one. It's fucking dope. It's all these skulls that are like on green fire. My neighbor bought me one, but took the pick of me in mocha and had it in diamond, made with all the beads the right colors. Oh my god. That's beautiful. That's seriously beautiful. That's such a good idea. There is no saving us. Oh god, no. Nah. Straight to hell. Are you just dating a tank? No, my next dating simulator is going to be dating a serial killer. That's what I'm going to look for. That just looks the best. That looks like so much fun. No, that's amazing. It took me so long to be able to even like put up pictures of Millie again or look at them. That's a beautiful way to heal, honestly. Let yourself cry, I would say. I feel like I mourned a lot longer than I needed to because in like a icky feeling way because I didn't allow myself to cry as much as I just should have. Like I tried to keep it together a little bit, you know? And I don't think that's the best. I don't think that's what we should do. There is Little Mama Selva, no shit. People just showed it to me and I just added it to my wish list and I'm gonna watch for that shit to go on sale. Even though it's only $10, I'd buy it and we'd play it right now, but we're literally, I think, gonna beat a game soon-ish. We've been playing Yamawari Midnight Shadows, and it's legitimately scary. And I did add some scare alerts into, so like, a lot of the bit alerts are like loud screamy sounds. Gifting subs is loud screamy sounds. So just fair warning, that's October. A lot of you have literally been here for years and years and years, so you're highly aware of the horrible alerts that happened during October, but they're out there. They're out there. Just beware. Just be ready. Anyways, let's Yamawawa. I gotta pull up chat. One moment. I love you so much. Like that. Najil, you fuck. Thank you so much for gifting 5 subs in the chat, you generous ass. I appreciate you. Flame Fan, Audie B, Failwen, Shadow Cats, and Guitar is Life. Yous all butt wizards of the highest order go forth and be consensual in all the ways because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent, and I fucking appreciate you. No new spooters, but before we watch the game, do you want to see the most recent molt I got from my bird eater? Kaiju? Shut the fuck up. Kaiju dating sim? Like, people like me? Snoo snoo? Oh, that's cute as hell. Okay, I'll add, hold on, I gotta pull it up. It won't, for some reason, even though I'm on the same PC, it won't pull it up in that Steam app. Kaichu, that looks adorable. They're pretty fucking fun, and it is kind of like a unique challenge. Dating sims. I'd never played a game like them. There's actually there's a method to your madness. It's quite interesting. I love it. Shockingly, very much liked it. Playing the Darkest Dungeon a lot and not being a fan of it because I didn't fully understand, but wanting to play because you seem to have fun. Fast forward to me playing and super enjoying Darkest Dungeon, right? That's how games like that, and I feel like Hades is very similar. There's a slight learning curve, and then once that learning curve hits, you're done for. Your ball's in. It's crazy. Both of those games. It was just like, I felt the same. Like I was banging my head against a wall over and over, and then all of a sudden just like, oh, I get it. And it was like hot magic. I need to watch Kaiju number 8. We waited for it to come out with us. I think we were waiting for subbies or something. Curmudgeon, you generous fuck! I told you, that's gonna happen. And the actual game we're gonna play actually has a lot of scary alerts in it too, which is fucking a horrible thing. Curmudgeon, thank you so much for gifting 5 subs in the chat. Razzie, Kozu, Sean Demand. Almost fucked that one up. Sean Demand, Flat Fitch, and Isolated Ray. You're all but wizards of the highest order. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways, because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent. And I fucking appreciate you! Oh, Jade, that is... I am so sorry. But it's about that time. What is your spooky season playlist for music? I don't really have one. I do listen to some music seasonally, but it's kind of on accident. Like, I know I tend to listen to more metal and more like Nine Inch Nails and Queens of the Stone Age and stuff like that in the fall / winter time versus in the spring and the summer. I listen to more like electronic and EDM stuff, but I don't think it's really like holiday based. I don't have one. I don't like what's themed music really. Like, that Thriller one I played earlier today is pretty much the only one I've ever listened to that I would, like, enjoy. But I don't really have one. Nothing I would listen to, like, repeatedly on purpose, like, in my car, if that makes some sense. Southern Gothic, like, I see that, like, lists like Southern Gothic or Ghost. I listen to that all year long. I just like that music in general, so I listen to it a lot. That one song from Midnight on repeat for a month, yeah. Jason, yeah, that's literally about Jason, no shit. I listen to that all the time, though. There's, like, Halloween for me is a lifestyle. I like creepy shit all the time. I'm always listening to music like that. So I don't really think I have, like, themed music for that time. Which is weird. Like, no shit, that's my purse. It says, welcome to Camp Crystal Lake, and it has Jason's mask on it. But that's my all year. I wear that all the time. So not really. But Ghost is amazing, but I do listen to them all the time. It's more of a, I don't know. I don't know. Not really. I think it just fluctuates with the seasons, really. Like, when the temperature changes, there's certain music I want to listen to versus others. And I know in the fall and the winter, it tends to be more metal, and I think it's because it's more high energy. It was Victor and the Bully have a song called Spooky 365, and it's a mood. I totally get that. That's kind of Thriller for me. Like, that's one of the few. I'll have to think on that. Because I'm sure I have some stuff that, like, maybe. I was really trying to, I can't think of anything, though. Not really, because it's kind of all the time. I mean, you know, I'm sure a lot of us here are like, as kids, we were called goth or whatever because we wore a lot of black and a lot of black t-shirts and stuff. Like, the way that, I mean, when I was in 8th grade, I remember I dressed up for Halloween with a friend of mine, and when we went to school, these girls went to take pictures of us for the yearbook, and an adult pushed the camera down and was like, no, they look like that every day. And that was so many years ago. I've never forgot that. We didn't look like that every day. We put so much more effort into that day, but god damn it, those asshole bitches. I was pissed. It was, rude. She was a rude bitch. But we did. I woke up really late today. I don't know why, but my body decided to sleep 9 hours. So this was my half-assed Care Bear costume for the day. But I do have cool costumes for the rest of the month. And we'll definitely be doing, like, horror games, but interspersed with... I have to close this. The dripping water is getting to me. One moment. I saved. Don't worry. It's just so drippy. There we go. Perfect. Less drippy sounds. I have some SFX stuff planned, which will be cool. Like when I, put wounds and stuff or turn myself in on something weird. I know. I don't know what kind of bear this is. I think this is from Fortnite. Zach caught this, like, at a concert at TwitchCon or something years ago. And I think it's a bear thing from Fortnite. I don't know. But whatever, I'd be the Care Bear of Broken Hearts, I guess. Which is a little sad. Care Bear stare! Or maybe, like, friendship necklaces. I'm the Care Bear of friendship necklaces. I wanted to change it, but I didn't want to waste any time this morning, and I was running late, so I figured, like, I'm a pink bear, microphone sits right in front of it, no one will know. I'm the Care Bear of AEDs. Oh, would you like to restart your heart? Come rub bellies with me. Instead of coating you, I just full body, like, dead fish lay on top of you, and my Care Bear AED goes to work. I'm sorry, I'm a disgusting nerd. But yeah, this is a great hoodie. But I have a lot, so we'll be doing that. I have some scrubs that I was gonna tear apart and maybe make like a zombie doctor, because I haven't done a zombie in a few years. And when I do zombies, it's fun because it's like turning your skin kind of like dead all over, and that's fun. But oh yeah, that was the other thing I was gonna say. So tonight is the first night of spooky season, and we are like, Knives is going to be running the show. He has the whole wheel and everything ready, which is going to be awesome. He's volunteered to do it, so make sure to say thank you if you come to movie night. But every night at 7 p.m. Eastern, we hang out in Discord and we play movies, and we just watch movies, and we're totally silent, but we have like a text channel. Everybody's welcome. Please stop by if you're bored. But for the next like about a week, we're going to be watching literally every single Friday the 13th movie or Jason movie that's ever come out, according to Knives. So we shall see. Drop by if you want. I don't know. It's exciting. I'm excited. I love horror movies. I'm going to be so snuggly. I'm going to take some edibles. I'm going to get snuggly as fuck. It's going to be awesome. Friday the 13th for a week, but then there's a wheel. And what Knives has said is like, we have movies that we've requested be on there. And I'm pretty sure we'll run it October and November, because November, I mean, other than really good food and a few birthdays and stuff like that, it's not really like there's not like Thanksgiving movies really that anybody cares about. So we'll probably watch spooky movies through that. And then we have a Christmas wheel as well. But Knives has put together like movies that we've all requested, like, you know, classic holiday, like Hocus Pocus, etc. But then also he's put a bunch of like crazy ass B horror on there that I'm kind of excited to see, because God knows how fucking terrible it'll be. And we can always skip it if it's too terrible, but stop by if you're bored. I'm gonna go make some tea and take a shower, because none of that I've done today. I brushed my teeth though, so you're welcome. I'm gonna raid my friend Dan. He's playing something that looks really cool. Oh, he's literally playing Satisfactory, but he's so far along, more farther than I am, so I didn't even recognize what he's doing. But come hang out if you want to. Dan is one of my oldest and dearest friends. Be good to yourself. Take your joy. Drink your water. Tomorrow morning, we start on time, because fuck this shit. I can't sleep 9 hours. That's crazy. I'll die. But I'll see you tonight for movie night. If you want to come watch Friday the 13th movies, take your joy. What else? I don't know.